Welcome back everyone, Mariah here. And in this video, I'm gonna be going over how I recently called a local top. So unfortunately, I didn't call this top to anyone on YouTube or anywhere on social media. It was just a conversation back and forth between a friend and I. And I want to go through my thought process and the reason why I called a local top on this particular coin. And what I'm going to be talking about today, I think is really going to help you when it comes to seeing tops in markets. So when I say local top, I am referring to a shorter term top. That could be the top for the week. That could be the top for the month. When I say local top, I don't mean it's like the top of the market, and I don't think we're gonna go higher in this particular bull run. What I'm gonna be talking about today is there was an opportunity to sell, but I also think that it served as an opportunity to jump back into this particular coin. So my friend told me that she bought Mana, which is Decentraland, and what I've understood with the coin is that basically you can buy like plots of land. It's like virtual land, okay? I know, a crazy concept. Disclaimer, I do not own any Mana, absolutely zero. But you know what? I put it on my watch list and I'm gonna start taking a look at it. So my friend that I have been trying to get into crypto for like a couple years, after 1 year of convincing, she finally took the leap. And you know what? She sent me a text message yesterday that her total investment was $50,000 and her total portfolio was $105,000. I'm like, amazing. Like, to help someone double their money, that's freaking awesome. So anyways, she told me the day before how she bought Mana for like 30 cents, like just a week or two ago, maybe it was 3 weeks ago, and then it was pumping. She had like doubled her money and she was very thrilled about it. So as she's telling me, a couple days ago, I kind of keeping an eye on it. She texts me again, oh my gosh, Mana is going out of control. So I pull up Mana and I take a look at it. And at that time, it's like upper 70 cents, okay? This was yesterday, right over here. And so I'm watching it and she was like, I'm on the phone with her. She's like, should I sell? And I'm like, well, do you want to hold it long term? Like, what's your plan? And I'm like, it's never a bad idea to take profit. So once I was in the 90-cent range, I was like, maybe sell 10% and then put some buy orders in around like 60 or 70 cents. She's like, oh yes, I like that idea. Great idea. Once I told her like sell it, but then put some buy orders in for lower, then she was on board. So I'm sitting there, I'm watching it. So then I tell her, new all-time high, shots. She's like 37 cents to 102. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not stopping. And then we just keep on texting the price back to each other, 104, 109. I was like, did you sell any? I hope the food distracted you, because her boyfriend came with food. And then she had second thoughts and decided to follow your advice. I still like what it represents, which I was confused about that because my advice was to sell and then buy back in. And I'm like, serious FOMO over here. Merry Christmas, 120. And then I said that was the top. The reason why I said that was the top was because I saw it go like from $1 to 125 really quickly. So here was the candle where it hit the high of 125. The low of that candle was 107. So you could see percentage-wise, it was incredibly volatile. As soon as I saw it go up to 125, because right here, basically, the close of the candle was 115 and the low was 107. So within 1 minute, I saw it go from like 107 to 125, and then it was sharply rejected back down. And so what happened was it hit the top, it was rejected significantly. So, it dropped really, really fast. And then I saw it bump up and it kind of hung out like just below the all-time high. You could see here on the second candle, the high of that one was $1.20. And then that's when I told her, I was like, that was the top. And the reason why I say that is because of the amount of volatility that took place in that price range. Going from 90 cents to $1.25 in approximately 15 minutes, that was one sign. Another sign was it getting sharply rejected from $1.25. Like, it came down within seconds. And as soon as I saw how sharply it was rejected, it was time to sell. But what also typically happens in these scenarios is that it pumps back up, like after it gets rejected like significantly, then it pops back up to like just below the all-time high. So in that case, it came within 5 cents. And I knew that once it kind of like stopped there and then came back down again, but immediately, it wasn't even the second candle, it was that first candle, just how sharply it was rejected. So this is the thing. What I have noticed that it happens frequently, and like that was a local top in my opinion, because I think that Mana is gonna go above $1.25 because I still believe that we're in a bull run. But you also should take a look at 2017. For example, Bitcoin had the most volatility the last month to 2 months before it hit the top. And the day that it hit the top, I can't get like a 1 hour candle. The shortest time frame that I could get on TradingView is a 4 hour candle. And on that 4 hour candle, when Bitcoin hit the all-time high of $20,000, it had a $5,000 variance, which is really, really significant, because you know that's like 25% of the whole value. So I remember very clearly, I was driving and I was looking at the price of Bitcoin, and it was just turning over $1,000 incredibly quickly, like over a very short period of time. So when it comes to short-term tops, and when it comes to the top as in, hey, the bull market is over, massive volatility at the top is going to be one signal. So keep that in mind. I have been paying really close attention, and that's something that I see very frequently across the board. And in this case, you know, I was actually right that was a local top. So now, where do I plan on getting some Mana? Because you know what? I have a little FOMO. I wasn't interested in chasing the price, especially yesterday. At one point, it said it was up 80% on the day. So let's go ahead and look at the 1 hour chart. Well, let's go and back it up. Let's go and look at the daily chart. So you can see here that Mana's been trading like under 5 cents since it started, basically. Well, let's just double check. This is a Coinbase chart right here. So you can see like it was trading in like this 5 cent range for a long time. And it just started breaking out here. You know, around the end of last year, kind of similar to Bitcoin. So I am going to be looking for levels of support. On the 12-hour chart, it's really kind of hard to see any levels of support just because of how much strength it has shown. I'm going to say that there is a possibility, and I am going to be setting some buy orders in this range. So Mana spent a decent amount of time in this price range right here. So I'm going to go ahead and set in this range of like about the top of this candle, which is like about the 75 cent range. I also may set some orders also as well at the 91 cent range, but I think that what's eventually going to happen, like in the short term, I think that could be okay. But Bitcoin, once it goes to like 75,000, it's going to pull back 30%. You know, it might only get to 70, but somewhere between 70 and 80, like it will pull back 30%. And I think Mana is going to go down even harder after that. Or like during that same period of time, I think it's going to pull back even more than 30%. Like for example, Ethereum pulled back, I believe 40% after Bitcoin pulled back this last time. And so just something to keep in mind. So just to give you some numbers for reference here, once Bitcoin hit about 58, it pulled back about 25%. See, everyone was waiting for that $40,000 because that was the 30%, but ultimately it got front run. And what we can tell moving forward, or what we can say moving forward, is that there's a possibility that the 30% might not happen as frequently. Maybe it's 25, maybe it's 20. This is the thing, is that it's institutions that are buying, they're buying and they're holding for the long term, and they might not necessarily be selling as frequently compared to the retail side that we saw from 2017. And also I mentioned Ethereum earlier and how much it pulled back. So Ethereum pulled back about almost 38%. So that just gives you like the side-by-side comparison of Bitcoin pulling back 25% and Ethereum pulling back 37, almost 38%. Let's look at a couple other coins and see how much they pulled back during that same period of time. Let's take a look at DOT. DOT pulled back also about 37%. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that alts typically pull back a lot stronger than Bitcoin does. So let's say, for example, that Mana pulls back about 40% from the all-time high that we just saw. That would take it down to what I just said, or same range, about 73 cents, 70, 75 cents. So I hope you found this video helpful. I really wasn't here to give you like crazy concrete ideas. I kind of just wanted to make you think about things from a different perspective. I'm trying to bring like new ideas to the trading world, and you know, everyone kind of just uses a lot of the same indicators, and I think that it's fun to find different patterns in other forms. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you need to get started with any crypto exchanges or lending platforms or stocks, go ahead and support this channel by using the link below. That's all I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.